Hey YouTube, what's happening? March 20th, Sunday, 2011. Want to talk about world politics today and what is going on. This last week has been an absolute rat race. I cannot begin to describe how chaotic and frantic it's been. I've been trying to make a video for the last 3 days and I just couldn't get around to it. Anyhow, I want to talk today about Japanese nuclear power plant that went down and how that relates to what's going on in Libya right now. First of all, Tokyo Electric Power Company, who runs the power plant that went down in Japan, is an Illuminati corporation, all right? They have offices in Japan. They also have offices in Washington, D.C. and London, two of the most Illuminati-infested cities on the planet. They got their foothold in Japan after World War II. They have been making money there since World War II and the devastation that they brought about. The problem with the power company is that it was not maintained correctly. The backup generators did not work. The backup batteries did not work. The amount of radioactive material that is on the premises was understated to the Asian community, and China in particular, along with some of the other Asian countries that will be affected by this, are absolutely furious. They're so upset that I need another word to describe how upset they are. Because it affects all of them. I mean, we have a situation here that theoretically could get very, very, very out of control. The reason why the Illuminati posted all of these fake numbers and didn't maintain the facility was based on one thing and one thing alone, and that's greed. Pure greed. They're going to sacrifice a whole region through nuclear holocaust for a couple of bucks in their pocket. Now this is why it's important. Chernobyl had 150 tons of radioactive material. They are stating in the mainstream media that the plant in Japan had approximately 1,500 to 2,000 tons. That's an understatement. It's more like 5,500 tons, upwards of 7,000 tons. There's a lot of spent fuel there. When China, primarily, and some of the other Asian countries found out about the mismanagement and the understatement of radioactive material, they went absolutely ballistic. Absolutely ballistic, because there's no excuse for that, and this is probably one of the biggest crimes that can be committed against humanity, because whenever you have a radioactive situation, you decimate everything around you for 100, 200, 250 years. And that's the sad part about it. You know, Japan is a beautiful country. The Yellow Sea is beautiful. All of the area over there is beautiful. And you got a lot of pissed off people. I mean, Shanghai is a stone's throw away from where this incident happened. Okay? So basically, China is pushing right now for policies. And let me backtrack a little bit in some of my past videos, where I stated that as of January 18th through the 21st, when President Hu was in Washington, that both sides, the United States and China, recognized that China was the new military superpower. China could start really setting policy globally because the United States had been backed down militarily prior to that date. If you're unfamiliar with that, go back and watch my video, Webbot Baby Webbot. That'll get you up to speed on what I'm referring to. Now, the Chinese, up until the end of January, basically have said to the United States, look, you got to wind down your military occupations, which they've already been in Afghanistan, you know, talking to the Afghan military to wind down their position there. They have not gotten involved in the Middle Eastern affairs, which is exactly what I said in my first couple of videos on Egypt, and that has been the case. Although, now, with this destruction in Japan and the Chinese being furious, the Chinese are going to fast track their demise of the Illuminati. And the first thing that they're going to do now is fast track the removal of Gaddafi. Okay? Yes, the Chinese are behind this UN meeting. Yes, the Chinese are pushing policy. It's no accident that the reactor goes down in Japan and within 4 days or 5 days, they're voting on the UN resolution of the no-fly zone, and it passes within 30 minutes. That is no accident. That UN no-fly resolution has been on the table for 6 weeks. It is not coincidental that a nuclear power plant goes down, and all of a sudden this UN no-fly resolution is passed, and there's Tomahawk missiles cruising over. Because this is the case. Gaddafi is the United States. The United States is Gaddafi, all right? Gaddafi has been funded by the United States. Gaddafi harbors United States corporations, and Gaddafi allows them to be highly profitable under his dictatorial regime. Libya is the richest country in North Africa. That's why the Illuminati are there. Let me give you a little example. These are the companies that are in Libya right now. BP, Chevron, ConocoPhillips, Dow Chemical, ExxonMobil, Fluor, Halliburton, Hess Corp, Marathon Oil, Midrex, Motorola, Northrop Grumman, Occidental Petroleum, Raytheon. Raytheon makes the Tomahawk cruise missiles. Hello. That's significant. They're in Libya and they're bombing buildings in Libya and they make the missiles. Something's going on. Other corporations, Shell and United Gulf, and that's just a few of them. There are over 150 British companies that are in Libya. France in 2009 sold Gaddafi 30.5 million euros worth of weapons and military hardware. In that same year, Italy sold them. Over 175 million euros in military equipment, hardware, guns, artillery, etc. And Italy is providing one of the bases that the planes are taking off from. So where's this change of heart? Where has this come from right now? Like I said before, Gaddafi is the United States. United States is Gaddafi. All the stuff about Reagan and the news right now, he's the mad dog of the Middle East. That's old. They always have conflicts with one another once in a while, but don't you buy it for 1 second. In 2006, Tony Blair and Berlusconi had pivotal roles, in addition to the United States, of reinstituting normalized relations with Gaddafi, removing sanctions, and having their corporations come in and take advantage of Gaddafi's dictatorial powers. That happened in 2006. And where are we at today? Like I said, hundreds and hundreds of corporations, United States and European, in Libya. And now the United States is bombing that structure that's paying them money. Doesn't make any sense. This is what it is. The Chinese are so mad. Chinese are so upset. And they're so sick and tired of these Illuminati games that they are going to fast track the freedom process. So basically, this is what happened. They had a meeting at the UN. They told the world leaders, and China was also partnering with Japan, Russia, and some of the other countries in Asia and throughout the world, telling the Illuminati, look, you guys are done. We are going to fast track this stuff. And just to put a boot in your face or to put a little grime on your chin, we're going to make you're going to go in and take Gaddafi out. You're going to go in and take Gaddafi out and all of your corporations. You're going to bomb yourself. How do you like that? Because if they don't, and they don't listen to the Chinese, you know what? In 10 minutes, all the power plants in the United States will be shut down. Boom, done. Radio communications will be cut off. Television stations will go blank. They won't be able to broadcast. And this is the kind of technology that the Chinese have. Let me state this again, and I've stated this in some of my past videos. The Chinese are not after the American people at all. They want peace and harmony on this planet. They are after the Illuminati and the Illuminati structures. Okay? And once again, this disaster in Japan has fast-tracked the freedom process. Originally, from the 18th through the 21st, the Chinese were just going to allow the Middle East to go back into equilibrium, and that's what happened. But after this incident and how pissed off they are, they're going to fast-track everything. Okay? And right now, they are telling the United States, look, you're going to go in and take Gaddafi out. You sold them all these weapons. You know where his strongholds are. You know exactly the enemy that you're facing. You know him. He is you. So you're going to be the one. You're going to be the one that's going to go in and take him out and allow freedom to ring and allow positive energy to ring. With this being said, and the Chinese taking this leadership role, I believe that this is just the first step in this fast track process, and you're going to see a lot more unfolding in the next month, 2, 3 months. I mean, fast track. I mean, this stuff is gonna burn. They've got to get this world back into harmony, and quick. They thought that they could take a much more lax approach. That is not the case. The Illuminati are crazy. They're sociopaths. Ben Fulford had a great example. He said, you know, they're like heroin addicts. I'm not saying that they are heroin addicts, but they're like heroin addicts. They won't stop. They won't stop their greed. They won't stop their addictions to power. They won't stop their addiction to being in control of the world until someone physically comes in and takes it away from them. They're like heroin addicts. That's their mindset. They're just addicted. So yeah, fast track process. It's going to start taking place. Watch the dollar. Watch the currency markets. It's going to get pretty raspy, guys. And it's all for a good purpose. It's all for good. It's all for the forwardness of humanity and its accoutrements. And that's what it is. So just wanted to share that with you today. And yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, man, I was upset all week. I couldn't even make a video. I tried. I just couldn't do it. So finally could get around to it today. And just wanted to give you guys some more info. All right? Have a good weekend. Thanks again.